All right, everybody. I think we are good to be live. Welcome back to some Pokemon Scarlet and or Violet, depending on what version you're playing. And we're gonna be doing some Beat Me, Take My Pokemon yet again. But I also need to get the Shiny Chien-Pao before I forget. Not that we don't have like an entire month before that goes away. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's get online. That's very important. And Uni the install. How you doing? Let's do mystery gift. Get via internet. And that is a lot. I want the shiny Chien-Pao gift. Also, hello, Stormtrooper in a business suit. Good to see ya. Now I have Muddy Chien-Pao. I guess I'll take the ice shards too. Don't know if I can fit them, but it's not like I'm probably ever going to be hurting for ice shards. If I had to guess, I will probably make like less than 10 more Pokemon Ice Terra in the future. Brown Pal, that's I like to think of it as Muddy Chien-Pao. Where did that go? Not in here. Perhaps it went to right here. Oh, those IVs are pretty good. I don't know where to put. Where did I put the other one? Did I put it in this random event box? Yeah. I guess the IVs are set because it seems like it's the beneficial one and then pretty good, which is like half. It does look sick though. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I think they saved the best for last though, 100% with the blue Chew. What's banned from really curly fire? Let's see here. I don't actually have my notepad open. Currently have Wheezing, the statics, not including like Goldango, because that's kind of not a static, but whatever. Torkoal and Dondozo. Is there anything else I need to do? What's the shinies they're in right now? Mudbray. There's Wooper. And, oh, Drill. I think I need Drillbers. I'm gonna have to get that probably today. Before I forget. It's been kind of nice since these 5-star or 7-star Terra raids have been only the 5-star shinies that you can't catch. It's giving me a bit of a break on the whole Terra raids thing. Well, let's hit up a link battle, and today's link code will be 3325604. And then once the live stream catches up, we will start searching for the double battle. And the live stream is cut up. Alright, first we have Uni. We're gonna go with the rules. And I'll hide screen mostly just as a formality. But we're gonna pick... I think this team to start off with. Okay, what do we have here? Water Ogre, Fluttermane. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's Sun. There's no doubting that. Is it Sun that beats me, though? Maybe. I think I do this, and then this, and this seems pretty good. There's a pretty notable downside to doing that, I feel like. I think I actually need this. As much as I would hate to not bring Arcanine. I got a unique build today, which you might like. Oh, I do like unique builds. Those are always fine and dandy by my standards. Alright, we're seeing a Torkoal and Fluttermane. Torkoal comes in, sets up Fluttermane's photosynthesis to increase speed. Now, Fluttermane doesn't super threaten us, but I think that them making a swap into the Ogre Pond is pretty likely if they brought it. Who else could I catch with this play is the thing. Typhlosion probably doesn't come in. I think they would want to save their weather setter. Just to make sure, we're going to do this, and then this. Okay, no switches. That's super great. Oh, is Torkoal going to overheat eject pack out? Alright, well we did have to the Torkoal, so that's at least something. Special attack drop means means Torkoal's not gonna get to move here, unfortunately for Torkoal. A Blunder Policy Chandelure. Does it have Inferno, perchance? Okay, seeing the Typhlosion here is interesting. I'm going to do this, and then... I don't know, actually. Do I really need this Spadef boost on Indeedee? I guess not. Seems like a decent time to go for this. Sandstream is going to activate. Yeah, we cancel the sun. We're going to see the opponent do a terrestrialization on their Typhlosion into Terra Fire. I am kind of worried if the Fluttermane is fake tears. Okay, it goes for Dazzling Gleam, which is okay into both. Typhlosion goes for the Terra Fire Eruption. Does some shit to both. Hyper Voice gets good damage on Fluttermane and gets rid of the Terra on Typhlosion because Typhlosion is dead. We did have to use a lot of our resources to get here, though. Now Torkoal's coming back. She's going to reset up the sun. I think it really depends on what Torkoal will do. Okay, Torkoal Helping Hands, which I think I'm okay with. That knocks out Primarina, and Data gets low. Now I can swap in Rillaboom. And what would do more? A Side Shock hit into Torkoal, or I'm gonna protect Indeedee here, Terra Fire, and Wood Hammer. Fluttermane slot. Fluttermane has revealed Protect. I think Torkoal always attacks here. I can always deal with Fluttermane later. I'm gonna Woodhammer this slot. Okay, Torkoal is leaving, but for who? Your Lunger, who is Whimsicott. Okay. It kept up with the Koraidon based off of the one that won recently, the World Championships one. I mean, if you get the Inferno into it, well, it's not the Fire type. Then you get the Burn, and the Burn is just always good in the physical attackers. Okay, what is Whimsicott to do here? Is it going to, like... Fake Tears? I feel like something has Fake Tears. We're gonna follow me here. Okay, Encore goes in, so we can only follow me now with Indeedee. He goes for Shadow Ball into that slot, so it doesn't affect Indeedee, which is a good use of our Follow Me. Woodhammer knocks out Fluttermane, which is pretty clean. It didn't land Inferno, but that Koraidon couldn't touch it because of Flare Blitz Flame Charge and the Collision Course. Yeah, I guess that's right. If you're flash fire and a ghost type, then fighting in fire coverage can't hit you. That's I kind of earlier today. I was kind of like Ursula just can't touch ghost and flying types, which Drift Bloom is kind of a notable one. Might be kind of fun to use a Drift Bloom to some extent. I can only follow me right now. I think I am fine. Follow meing so that I can get off the Woodhammer into Torkoal. Or maybe Woodhammer into Whimsicott would have been better, because I think I actually need to get rid of Whimsicott kind of fast. Woodhammer comes out into Torkoal, that brings it down that low. Torkoal goes for the overheat. Just going to bring in duty that low. Now that Torkoal's special attack is so low, I'm really not worried about it. I think I need to try and get rid of Whimsicott. Torkoal protects, which is perfectly okay with me. Moonblast comes down to Ndidi, and Ndidi is able to live though, which is kind of nice. Illum is damaged by the Woodhammer recoil, Harsh Sunlight fades. What are my timers on? Okay, that ends. That ends. Moonblast is going to come out, and that's going to KO Ndidi. U-turn is going to come out, and I'll deal some damage to Whimsicott, but most importantly, we get to retrieve Rillaboom. And not swap in Rillaboom, we get to swap in Tyranitar. Torkoal goes for the Earth Power. Tyranitar takes it though. Everyone on the field takes Sand Chip. Everyone on the field takes Grassy Recovery. Grass disappears from the battlefield. Grassy Surge gets reset. Although they like going Facade, Protect, Headlong Rush, what else? Usually Earthquake, I think, is pretty safe. Sometimes Substitute on the Ursalunas. Sometimes Sword Stance if they are power hungry. Moonblast comes out, and that KOs Tyranitar. Woodhammer comes out, and that KOs Whimsicott. So Drift Boom really shuts him down then? Yeah. Now I get another Woodhammer off. And to Torkoal, and that doesn't take Torkoal quite out. But Torkoal will get to fire off an attack. That needs to crit, does not get the crit. Does get a Spadef drop though. Torkoal stays on the sliver of health. Goes for the protect. Just to stall out an extra turn a little bit uselessly, but Torkoal tries to go for the double protect. Unfortunately, it doesn't get it. And now gets the Woodhammer. Good game, good game, good game. I was trying to stall out the Woodhammers. I mean, I guess that would work to a certain degree. I don't know the math on that one, but it's at least somewhat possible, likely. Probably not, but probably, maybe, some universe it happened. And let me go over here, and we're gonna... Oh, I just did a weird thing. Let's hide that for just a second. I go over here, and then I fudge some numbers, and then I say hocus pocus, and we're gonna pick up with this team. Okay, good bit of a change up here. I think side beat up is a possibility into Flamigo Co-Star. And I would prefer for that not to happen a lot. I'm also not sure what... I had this team lead something that was a 50-50 into Whimsicott Typhlosion and lost the 50-50 last time. But I think I have to lead that again. And that's... I think that's what I have to do. I made the fastest Torkoal now? What, are you running Shell Smash on your Torkoals? Using Shell Smash with 252 attack and speed lasts 4 HP. Well, that explains that. Okay, it is Archaludon and Flamigo. So flying typing into us is pretty bad. But I could Terra Flying Acrobatics. And then swap into King Gambit. I feel like a Terra on the Archaludon's pretty likely. I could just risk the close combat. And then take out the Flamigo. I feel like it's a pretty safe play. Okay, we're gonna see Flamigo Terra into Ghost. Well, that is unfortunate. Is Archaludon protecting? Yes. That's not great. Cool Wing Beat is gonna hurt a bit, but we live because of our defense. Get some HP restored. Okay. So not a great first turn. Probably the most closed team sheet's turn to ever exist. It makes sense for them to go out into their Ghost or their Fairy type on our Caledon, because they probably don't want to just lose our Caledon. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. I think... I didn't get China. I took too long. Well, Flamingo detects. Sneasler Acrobatics into the slot. What did Real Gun do? Caledon's going for the electric, so I could have just KO'd the Arcalodon. Not very many fancy switches are being made today. Bloom tries to U-turn into Flamingo. I have a pretty sinking feeling that this Flamingo's focus sash. I guess the cot. There's a lot of places the sash could be, actually. Okay, Flamingo is leaving. And it wins a cot. Draco Meteors into Reloboom. Huh. Alright, well, Reloboom lived on 1, which is kind of neat. But now it puts me in a bit of a weird spot. I really think that this is just going to be side beat up, and I don't think I can beat side beat up Arcalodon with body press now that I've lost Sneasler. In comes in Beelzebub, the bear. Orcon gets its attack boost, which is at least nice. As it gets moon blasted. King Gambit gets off the sword stance. Do I Terra Dark Kowtow? Because I think it'll kill the bear. Or do I protect in Trick Room? I think I protect... whoops, not that. What did I do before? Am I stupid? Yeah, protect. And Trick Room. What does it call? One for the taunt. Bear went for Earth Power. I can't use Trigger after the taunt. Pokemon get grassy terrain recovery. Grass disappears from the battlefield. Well, I think it makes the most sense for Whimsicott to go for Moonblast into me, and the bear is only going for Earth Power. Terra Dark, though, means that I have a higher chance to pick up KO on it. The Sucker is the play that I have to make. I mean, Arch Attack boosted, but I think Whimsicott lives. I kind of want to just double the cot. Terra Dark, Sucker Punch +2 into Whimsicott is able to pick up KO into it. As that goes for Hyper Voice, dealing a critical hit to Porygon 2. But that also causes the Throat Spray to activate. Ice Beam gets a critical hit. That's not a critical hit? That's just raw some attack boost? What the heck? That must be all offense, all speed bear, huh? That was strange. I'm going to protect here, and then... Arcaldon's revealed protect. I kind of need a Pokemon to do a thing. If this is the Sash. Okay, Arcaldon protects, which is good. Those combats into King Gambit. Porygon 2 gets off the Ice Beam. That's the critical hit. Porygon 2 shakes off the taunt. But now we threaten both slots of Sucker Punch here, as both can't protect reasonably. Also, hello, Craig Goss, how you doing? I think I just attack with both. Flamingo goes for the Detect. And Gambit gets a Sucker Punch into Arcaldon. Arcaldon is sturdy. But what does it do? It Draco Meteors into King Gambit. Porygon 2 tries to Ice Beam. Now we have Rillaboom. And I think we Grassy Glide this, and then Ice Beam this. This can only go bad if Flamingo has a priority move, aka Feint, but I don't feel like Feint would kill Rillaboom, but it's possible. Oh, unless Flamingo has upper hand. Uh-oh. Wait, I spoke that into existence. Uh-oh. Okay, Flamingo did not have upper hand. We're good. We're good. We're good. Draco Meteors into Rillaboom. Porygon can pick off the 1 HP Duraludon. Gonna be bad if Rila wasn't alive. Yeah, I really should have covered for Archaludon being sturdy by doubling it, but because I still had Rillaboom, I felt comfortable if the Archaludon was in fact sturdy. I really thought it would be stamina, because Whimsicott usually means side beat up, but seems like that was not the case. Seems like it was Scrappy Flamigo and sturdy Archaludon. But GG's. Uni, of course, you are welcome to play out the last game of your set if you would like. But you cannot get a Pokemon based on that attempt. I used this at LAIC 2025. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Probably was a false side beat up team. I mean, that's one way to look at it. Oh, when stream catches up, we'll start searching again. So you basically beat a team that went 4-4 at a major? That sounds about right. I tend to go just slightly above average whenever I go to in-person events. Went 5-4 at my first regional, went 4-5 at my second regional, but I came home and I found out Iron Hands didn't have any EVs, so I definitely think I would have gone at least 5-4 at my second regional. And then my third regional is coming up, and I'm going to be going back to Pittsburgh in a little bit less than a month. Flamigo Scrappy is there since it ignores Intimidate and destroys Guldenko. True, true. Sturdy on the Archaludon is mostly there to guarantee a hit against anything. Also true. I think myself above average. I mean, don't we all? I wasn't even paying attention to who I was fighting. Who is this? I just assumed it was Stormtrooper in a business suit. Yeah, it is Stormtrooper in a business suit. I'm not gonna bother switching. I'm just gonna randomly pick this team. And let's go at it. Okay, we've got 3 dark types, 2 ghost types, and a Slitherwing. What do? I mean, what do? I feel pretty okay with this, and this, and then this. And I need something for that. That doesn't beat that, but that beats that. But that doesn't super beat that, but that beats that. That matches up into that. That, and that can get the jump on that. And that could get... But that could get the jump on that, though, is the thing. Ugh. I think I need this guy. You know what? Actually, this might have been a Raichu game. I take it back. I wish it was a Raichu game. Probably not a Raichu game. Actually, I think Meowscarada just outspeeds Raichu, but maybe... Nah, now it's 2 Ghost, 2 non-fake outable mons for Raichu, and Raichu gets an Electro Web and a Kingambit, and then things get very hairy. And Dragapult is Clear Body, so I can't speed drop that anyways. Okay. I think I like what I see. It depends on what Meowscarada has, if it is a Proteanmon. But it can only Flower Trick through one of these mans. Who's a bigger pain? I guess you. That's the most obvious play. It's just into you. Alright, Terra Dark on the King Gambit. My next two majors are back-to-back in November. BSA South Carolina 26 and LAIC 2026. That's very exciting. Charm is transformed into a fairy type with Meowscarada, but Grimmsnarl's attack goes down. Body Press gonna do some damage to King Gambit, but King Gambit is going to go for Fling. And what is King Gambit going to be flinging? A big nugget. It flings that big nugget into our Caledon, and it does a little bit less than half. Caledon now gets the defense boost, though. So this Pokemon's no longer a fairy. And the Body Press will take out King Gambit. Or it's no longer dark. Is SC not South Carolina? What is SC? I don't know my... Oh. That was not a great change for me. Thunder Wave ends up hitting uselessly into King Gambit, and Body Press does not all that much damage to Meowscarada. After the comes down to our Caledon, does that much damage. Big defense boost. Oh, for the ball was for the Fling Gambit. I mean, it did some work. I could just shoot a flash cannon at Meowscarada. I would rather the King Gambit leave, though. I'd prefer if it wasn't here. I mean, I think no matter what, since King Gambit Terrestrialized, Flash Cannon will do good damage to something. Yeah, King Gambit protects here. What does Meowscarada do, though? It might... Nah, I should not speed our Caledon, unless it's... Lumberry. Ah, lived. But for Charm into our Caledon, well, that's just peachy. I didn't have any attacking moves anyways. It can now go for that heckin', what's it called? Ally Switch again. I should not give the King Gambit a ability to get an attack boost. King Gambit's going to leave, but for who? Chandelure is going to enter. Okay. Not great for me. Meowscarada goes for the Charm again, but that doesn't matter for me right now. Donald would catch if Meowscarada went for Ally Switch, but it KOs it here. Chandelure's attack goes down. Also, our Caledon is faster than Chandelure, which I was not expecting. Chandelure goes for the Inferno. Unfortunately, our Caledon dodges the 50% accurate attack. But this means that Chandelure gets to proc its Blunder policy, which also means this knockoff will do less damage. Chandelure, unfortunately, does not get to survive, even though the knockoff's base power was decreased. Dragapult is now going to hit the field, and we are going to see the return of King Gambit. And I feel like both slots are pretty bullet punchable here. I kind of want to protect just to see what happens, since I'm not super threatened with Archaludon, unless it's a special Dragapult. Kingambit's going to protect. So what is Dragapult going to do? Dragapult tries to will a Scizor. Okay. So this might be Willow Scream's Dragapult. In which case I'm going to get off the Bullet Punch damage and then Body Press Kingambit again. That seemed like it did not do a lot. Why did it not do a lot? I guess it must be pretty bulky Dragonite. Or Dragapult. Body Press will pick up KO on Kingambit. Wouldn't do anything on a best of 3 open team sheets major, but holy hell, it looks like fun. I'm pretty fond of Blunder Policy half accuracy moves. I think it is a neat little idea, because at least you always gain something, even if you go for your move that is all risk, no reward if you miss, or yeah, just all risk. If you get a speed boost, then it's like, okay, then I can try it again next time. Or I land the Inferno, and then I burn the Pokemon and do a bunch of damage to them, and that's still also great. We knock off a Light Clay? Or is it like a... No, it can't be a berry. Leftovers. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Even if it was just like a Will-O-Wisp Blunder Policy. You need to run in DD 100% of the time. For the redirection, yeah, that'd be pretty... Chandelore's not sticking around after a good solid hit. Also, Kingambit shuts it down because of priority. Also true, also true. Notable downside. Let's do this team next. Okay, same team. But now I know some tricks of the trade. And there is a Pokemon that threatens me a lot. Pokemon threatens me a lot. I think I need this Pokemon and this Pokemon and this Pokemon and this Pokemon. Also, Dragapult was a trapper with Will-O-Wisp, Breaking Swipe, Infestation, and Helping Hand. I see, I see. Best of 3 open team sheets, probably getting a very skilled handler. Very true, very true. I feel like I'm repeating a lot of things twice, Okay, we have the cat and we have the demands. There's a few ways this can go down. Some of them great, some of them not. I really don't think Chandelure can KO Sneasler in one hit. With Inferno, he probably could. Just putting that one out there. We're gonna see a Terrestrialization. He's on the Chandelure. In the grass. Oh, that's pretty great. Escrow goes for Protect, turns into a normal type, which is not great. Is this Heat Wave? It is the Inferno, okay. Sneasler dodges it though, but now Chandelure is fast. Is like a big issue. Oh boy. Man, imagine if I coaching and kowtowed. That would have been boss play. I'm assuming they think that Chandelure now at speeds. Oh, I did not. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't bring Rillaboom. Okay. Oh, my turn didn't go through, but it's fine. As long as I get to close combat, the cat, I'm fine with life. It's a sash. Never mind. Oh. Oh. Right. Sash. I was thinking too many turns ahead. Charms into Sneasler. Okay, I thought I had Rillaboom. I do not have Rillaboom. That is a big problem. Sucker Punch takes out Meowscarada, which helps. Chandelure goes for the Flamethrower into King Gambit, and that KOs it. Sneasler now gets off a Dark Claw into Chandelure and KOs it through the attack drop with a critical hit. Alright, well, now I bring in this Pokemon. The crit is a tad bit unfortunate. It might be kind of helpful. Okay, they didn't bring... I was going to say if they brought Murkrow and then clicked Sunny Day and something, then I would have a slight difference. I can't kind of do the thing that I wanted to do. But also I don't have any use for this Pokemon now. I can't do the... maybe it still kills. We'll find out. You need to not die, Porygon 2. That's very important. I feel like there may be a choice band in close combat coming the way of my Porygon 2. Acrobatics does that much. Infestation traps Sneasler on the field, getting a critical hit. Leech Life comes out into Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is now a fighting type, so it resists it, so Sneasler doesn't get too much HP back. Porygon 2 sets up the Trick Room. Sneasler's going to take infestation damage. I mean, I might as well go for the Dire Claw poison or something to try and speed this up. Hand comes out into the Slitherwing. What is the Slitherwing going to do? Ice Beam Dragon Pult for a little bit less than half. Close Combat does come out into Porygon 2. It does that much damage. If the Dark Claw into Dragapult does just enough damage. Dragapult gets lefties. I feel like the Dire Claw is a waste of time, but I also feel like the Acrobatics is a waste of time. So what do? Close Combat comes out into Porygon 2 again. Thankfully does not land a critical hit. Slitherwing is now at -2 defense, which is notable for this Acrobatics, because now it KOs it. Dragapult gets a little bit more HP. Sneasler is hurt by the Infestation. I guess I could do that. And then... yeah, maybe I should have coaching last turn. That would have bought me some more space. Well, I guess I KO'd the Slitherwing anyways. That one turn where I Dire Clawed the Dragapult was really not necessary. I mean, it would have been helpful if I poisoned it, or less helpful if I paralyzed it, because it might be... Nah, there's no shot it's slower than P2. I might be able to lower my accuracy, but you cannot lower my defense. Infestation does not take out Sneasler. Ice Beam does that much damage to Dragapult. Dragapult gets off another Breaking Swipe. By the way, if I were just for speed example on the Chandelure, it has no speed EVs. I see. That would explain why our Keldon outsped it then. Where are we at? Oh, we're outside the Trick Room. Ah, it doesn't matter. Dragon Pulls itself on the Rocky Helmet and dies. Outspeeds a Chenpao and Koraidon if Blunder Policy is up. I believe that. You only need like 130 speed to do that. Because you get the double off the Blunder Policy. Alright. One more game for Isaiah in their set. And we're gonna go with this team. Alright, same team as the previous two times. This team has to Flower Trick to beat Dondozo, or I guess has to Inferno Burn Dondozo to beat Dondozo. Or it's Haze Murkrow. That also is a way that they beat Dondozo. Let's stop and think. What Pokemon should I bring that beats things that don't allow Dondozo to thrive? I believe that would be you. And you. And then these two. Well, my Trapper Dragapult is better when it's paired with against two physical mons, because it traps them and lets me set up when I want. It's easy clean up from there. I see. I can believe that. Seems like a bit of an awkward endgame, but it'll work. So obviously they can't burn Ursaluna. Can they damage Ursaluna enough that me going for the Earthquake is not worth it here? Like, what if I just taunt the King Gambit? So that I can't go for Swords Dance and then just obliterate it on the next turn with Earthquake. Yeah, let's just do that. King Gambit goes for Terra Dark here. Talonflame gets off the taunt into King Gambit. Dragapult goes for the Breaking Swipe. Critical hits Talonflame, also lowering our attack. Dragapult gets hurt by Rocky Helmet. King Gambit goes for the Fling, and is going to fling into Talonflame, a big nugget. She's going to knock out Talonflame. Ursaluna now gets the burn. Well, I can't go for the Earthquake since Talonflame died. That is great. Yeah, I think I should have just gone Dozo mode. Screw it. This battle doesn't matter. Wait, why would I counter in the face of a ghost that I'm expecting to hit me? That brings me Askarada down. Counter unfortunately fails. fears one falls victim to trapping. I am in fact stuck with my Ursaluna. Station hits Tatsugiri. Escarada goes for Charm, transforming into the Fairy type. Ursaluna's attack goes down. Tatsugiri gets off in the Muddy Water, doing some chip to both bonds. Knocking out Escarada. The Long Rush comes out, brings Dragapult that low, causes defense to go down. Tatsugiri gets hurt by Infestation. Chandelure is not going to make its way onto the field. Yeah, I think I have to do that. Helping Hand comes out. Chandelure, the Muddy Water first. It's an accuracy drop on Chandelure. It goes for the Flamethrower. And unfortunately, because the accuracy drop misses, but that activates the Blunder policy. But also, Ursaluna went for Earthquake. And that takes out everybody on the field. Because it crit Tatsugiri. Okay, I was thinking Tatsugiri might live if there was enough attack drops on Ursaluna. The crit is the slightest bit unfortunate. But I don't think the Chandelure got to land a single attack this entire set, which is kind of no fault of its own. It did its best. Now Kingambit gets to come back onto the field. Kingambit is Supreme Overlord Kingambit. And is this Facade Kingambit? Or is it Sucker Punch Kingambit? I think I protect Ursaluna and just go for the Waterfall. Alright, Kingambit protects so that I can stall out the burn turns, but maybe also Scout for a protect. See, the thing is that... Actually, I'm not going to explain the thing yet, because the thing might not happen. But I'm going to protect again here, hoping that Kingambit goes for... Kingambit is going to go for Sucker Punch, then it guaranteed outspeeds me, but it doesn't hit me. But if Kingambit goes for Kowtow Cleave, then Dondozo should be faster than Kingambit, unless it's a very speedy Kingambit, and then I get a 30% chance to flinch. But if I get the 30% chance to flinch, then I should just attack anyways. I think is what I have to do in order to win. Yeah. If we flinch, it's big. Nah, I guess the Kowtow off. Who does get the Kowtow off into? Ursaluna. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think the flinch would have sealed the deal. Unless it's not Sucker Kingambit, in which case I need the Waterfall damage. Kowtow comes out, does that much damage to Dondozo. It looks like a Sucker would KO. Nah, we don't get the Waterfall flinch though. Unfortunate. Unless his King Gambit was Covert Cloak, but that doesn't seem super likely. But that was a pretty interesting match, if I have to say. Wait, are we black? Oh, Scream of Black. Hold on. There we go. That was Big Nugget Fling King Gambit. Well, it does tell you the item that you're flinging before you fling it, so. Big damage. By the way, Stream went black and my Gambit had no Sucker Punch. Well, dang. If I had gotten the flinch with Waterfall, then I would have had it. That's just how it goes sometimes. But based on what was in the back, I probably could have just activated Dozo mode on turn 2 and then been fine. Because there was no Murkrow, and there was Chandelure, but my Dozo would outspeed the Chandelure. And maybe Drag, probably not Drag. If Drag is max speed, I don't know. Depends what the drag is, if Dondozo outspeeds it or not. If it has a lot of bulk, which it seems like it had a lot of bulk, maybe it would maybe Dondozo would outspeed it. I think trapping Ursaluna and Tatsu was my win con for that match. Yeah, it was very handy. There's also a universe where the Earthquake didn't KO Tatsugiri, and then Tatsugiri could Muddy Water, and that would be the additional chip that I would need to KO the King Gambit with the last Waterfall and Dondozo. Any possible universes. Okay, well, I'm gonna spam Link Battle for a little bit and see if there's anybody else who wants to fight, but if there's nobody else who wants to fight in like 15 minutes, then I think we'll be done for the day, probably. As bulky Dragapult, which utilizes its natural speed to be faster than most heavy hitters for Reg H. Very true, very true. I dare say if you had a flinch, you would have won. Yeah, that's just how it goes. 30%, or... Is Waterfall 30 or is it 20? It's now popped into my brain that Waterfall is a 20% chance. That's not true, is it? I think it's 30. No, it is a 20% chance. So it was less likely than I thought it was. It's only about a 50-50 chance instead of a like 80-ish%. Whatever the math works out to. If it was 30% chances. Or 10. Nah, nothing has like a 10% chance to flinch. It's always at least like 20. By the way, if you want, I can make a new team. I mean, sure, I'd be down for one more set, I guess. As long as there's nobody new that comes in the next 10 minutes or so. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I don't own a shiny Drillbur, and I would like a couple of them. YouTube is not maintaining enough video? What? Yes, you are. Don't lie to me. Before I start shiny hunting, I'm gonna start searching again. Well, one more time. I feel like the search went on a really long time. There we go. Okay. Well, dude, gotta go see ya. Well, thanks for coming out, Uni. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing ya in the future. How much priority does Quick Guard have, by the way, Fire? I don't know. I would assume it's +5. I think it's definitely higher than +3. If you're hearing this right now, I lost internet, so I need the live stream to come back. That it was a very slight momentary blip of connection lossage. Say bagel if you can hear me. I'll know when that catches up. It's back? Okay. Then there's probably, yeah, there's bagel. Okay. Kind of wonder about that because it's fake out priority. It might work on a quick guard gambit. Yeah, it should. Quick guard should always be higher than fake out. I've never seen it not be higher than fake out. Kind of hard to tell with these Drillburs. Their blue isn't like super easy to spot in this grass. I feel like there's something going on that makes the illusion that they seem kind of red. Quick Guard could be fun against, like, Incin meta. Yeah, you just gotta get the call right, though. If you Quick Guard and the Incineroar just goes for Parting Shot, then you didn't gain anything, is the big risk. Might need to mention that the crab, perhaps, although he's on vacation in Spain. Oh, right, crab. Yeah, no worries. People are available when they're available in there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, I guess if he's in Spain, then he's in the Paldea region. He's out there catching them Paldean Pokemon in real life. Alright, I've lost count of the drill bursts at this point. I had trouble focusing. I'm just gonna murder them all until something improves. Or Incineroar uses Incin Blast. Oh, I hate that one. What would Incineroar Blast do? I think Incineroar Blast would be a Fire-type move that Incineroar can only use on the first turn that it's out. That is 40 base power, but it guaranteed burns you. And causes Incineroar to switch out. That would be Incineroar's Incineroar Blast. And if you're a fire type, instead of burning you, it flinches you. Anyways. Also, if you're a Pokemon that would not be burned for whatever reason, it flinches you anyways. I hate that so much on Unlock because then I have like 3 pivot moves. It might have one, because Parting Shot U-turn. I feel like it has another pivot move though, but I can't think of what it is. Flip Turn is the only pivot move that the other pivot move that exists. Why am I thinking Incin has another one? Oh, I'm thinking of an eject button. That's what it is. So not a pivot move, but a pivot ability item. Okay, there are not many Drillbur left from the original outbreak, means that I need to kill like 10 more, and then I'm good. Incin does have some amazing support and offense use, to be honest. Oh, it's the support offense mod. The best Pokemon in the game for support. Hands down, not even close. The next closest one to even scratch the amount of money that Incineroar has is probably Amogus, but only because Amogus has been around for longer. Are you a shiny? You are not. Oh! The bull wants to fight my bull. The bull doesn't crit? No. Ow. I feel like Paldean Tauros is the one that doesn't fully register to me as a regional variant out of all of them. Which is kind of weird. Because I always wanted a Fire Tauros, but I feel like I still haven't fully registered it as being a Fire Tauros in my head. Like, I absolutely love Fire Tauros, but for regular Tauros, I'm just like, it exists. It's tied with Rila for amount of money it's made over its career? I'd fact check that. I don't think that's true. Okay, this last drill bird is the last drill bird to suffer. I'll look around, see if there's any... It's so hard to see these drill birds in the current time of day. What am I doing? I want a picnic. I'm kind of shocked Koraidon wasn't originally Fire Dragon. I think they mostly wanted to avoid just redoing Gen 5. But also a Fire Dragon that sets up the sun. Is much more problematic than dragon fighting. Like, Miraidon is problematic, but at least its electric typing can be countered by ground typing. Fire only being countered by, like, flash fire for the damage is a lot more notable, I think. Picketing. Not with the amount of money earned, but Rila has that same type of pivot and fake out pressure while providing support. But it's not the same, though. Like, Rillaboom doesn't, like, attack drop you every time it enters the field. Or burn you. Or lower your attack or special attack again whenever it's leaving it. Rillaboom just does damage and has the fake out. Which is very consistent and makes it a very good Pokemon. But Incineroar, even in a vacuum, Incineroar does more than Rillaboom. In fact, I would go as far to say that Incineroar can exist without Rillaboom, but it is much harder for Rillaboom to exist without Incineroar. Or somebody in the Incineroar role. what if y'all be like red already? I've been shiny hunting for like 5 minutes now. I'm going crazy. That looks red to me. Should would stop being night. I want to be able to actually see the color on the Drillbur. Even still, there's like so many sets that you can run on Incineroar. But with Rillaboom, you... 90% of the time, it's Fake Out Woodhammer, Grassy Glide U-turn. Sometimes you see High Horsepower swapped in. For one of the moves. And sometimes Rillaboom is the Loaded Dice Bullet Seed. But Incineroar, it can Parting Shot, it can U-turn, it can Flare Blitz, it can Will-O-Wisp, it can Knock Off, it can Snarl. It will obviously have the Fake Out every single time, because why wouldn't it? Incineroar can go for the Burning Jealousy. Oh, that's you. Alright, let's put you... I want to use one of my special balls. Not really, I feel like none of the special balls fit it that well. Do I have any statusing on me? I feel like the answer is always no when I want to have a statusing. That's a no. Alright, let's throw Premier Balls until it decides to get in the ball. It decided to get in the ball now. Well, there we go. Alright, let's put you... Ah, best HP for free is great. Obviously you should go on ground. I guess this line will take up that there, and then what else can I do? I can move this here. And that's like a pretty good representation. Yeah. Alright, now I need another one. Just while it's boosted. I would prefer to have a second one because I am very, very greedy. Decent on mostly everything. Yeah, not super ideal, but that's the coin flip. And there's nothing on Excadrill that you wouldn't just bottle cap away anyways, because you're never using Excadrill on a Trick Room team. And it is a physical attacker, so you're always using the attack stat. And there's no special foul play or special hitting yourself in confusion. So we are also good on that front. Did I save? Let me save real quick. And then pick a Nick. Alright, if I don't get the second one here, then I'm gonna do that last battle with the changed team or a Stormtrooper. Then I'll worry about getting the Drover some other time. And then we will probably call it a day, unless there's another person who comes in during our fight. Alright, let's do a Poke Portal. And let's do Link Battle. And I will open it up to the field. Gonna search for like another 3 minutes or so. Maybe not that long. Probably not that long. Mine's such a span sparring out. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for today. I feel pretty safe wrapping up there. We'll be back probably in a couple weeks. I think I'm gonna start doing these every other week now, instead of 2 on, 1 off. But I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.